is the game that everyone looks forward to in the calendar. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur, a game steeped in history and excitement. It usually is quite an exciting game really when these two teams get together. Not traditional rivals as you might consider, but when we get together, it's always an exciting match. Manchester United against Spurs. Both teams on a bit of a run at the moment, one might say, especially for Spurs. In our case, we're on a run of 3 straight victories now. Last one with a clean sheet, would you believe it or not, against Karabakh in the Europa League. Manchester United had a bit of a tough one in the Champions League, of course, when they in the Europa League as well, when they drew 1-1 with Twente, a game which they really should have won, but were kind of dominated in many aspects. So we know exactly what we are in for, and we know exactly what we have to do, but we know that Manchester United can just turn it on whenever they want to. So this is an intriguing one, really. Old Trafford looking fantastic as always, apart from the waterfall indoors, but I'm sure they fixed it. And this is the team news of both sides as we go into this game. Both looking for a win, especially after Manchester City drew earlier in the last game. And unfortunately, that's when the video actually ended, really, because there's a nice little funny story there. Not as far as we've got a good Old Trafford, and we've got to go into the ground itself. So, by the way, I've seen they've got a new shirt on, and it looked good. It actually arrived while I was up in Manchester for the game, but we'll get into the game. But obviously, when I got to the stadium itself, and they said that the small bag at the moment, it was too big to get to be let into the stadium. A small bag that I take to the Spurs, I take to any other ground, and there's no issue. But at Old Trafford, it's an issue. So I had to walk all the way back to the flipping bag drop it off in there. And because I did that, and I was in such a hurry to get into the ground, I left my camera equipment in the fucking bag. And my God, when I got to my seat, and I just sat down and I thought, you twat. And that's because I was flummoxed by that whole fucking movement right thing. Just too big to take in, and I just kind of knew that was going to be first issues. The rest of it is all about travelling, but anyway, that's all fine. But yeah, I mean, that team, as you can see there, good team as well, very good team, and I watched back a couple of Manchester United vlogs and stuff like that, and when they looked at our lineup, and they just kind of said, you guys are possible man's showing no respect to Manchester United, because we didn't have a breaker upper in the film. I mean, Bissouma didn't start. I know a lot of people in the group were saying that Bissouma should have started, and I said that I said at the time in the group that Bissouma, who could track back and get forward, is probably the better of the players that you could actually use. I didn't actually think about it in the way that it was showing disrespect to Manchester United, because we didn't really have someone sitting back protecting us from Manchester United attacks. I just kind of saw it as a way of keeping the ball and keeping the press on Manchester United, making sure that they could not get out. And in the end, that's what kind of proved right. I mean, it started literally within the first 2 minutes. Great goal by Johnson, but it all started off with the Manchester United break, when they tried to break on us, and there was a loose ball. I can't think who it was for, but it was heading towards Rashford, who was on the right-hand side, because I was heading towards right-hand side for some reason. That was kind of odd, I thought, but Van der Ven saw it, intercepted it, and that's not where it stopped. He just ran from our defensive area through midfield, past 1, past 2, going to the final third, past 3, into the penalty area, past 4, and dropped it in to Johnson, who was just waiting there at the back post. Great goal. It was after 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Hey, even Burma can do it against us, and why can't we do it against them, man? Yeah, I thought, great. And that's when I just kind of, I was relaxed at that point, but this is the way it gets to the point where you don't watch football with other fans, because I was there, I was kind of chilled, I was kind of relaxed, and I just kind of thought, yeah, we got this. But then I was right away with me, even the girls are going right in front of me, it was kind of shouting out, it's got 1-1 written all over it. I mean, that was a hard time actually, but I just kind of rolled my eyes. I think that his mates saw me roll my eyes and whatnot, but I just thought, my God. But I'm getting ahead of myself there, but that was a great assist there by Van der Ven. Great run. And run straight through Man United's team, and then just place across the base of the goal. And Johnson there to tap in. 4 goals and 4, man. keep abusing him. But anyway, that just kind of like started off a whole run of uh, chances that we had against them. Really, um, we just dominated possession and we were bopping them off the park. We just moving the ball. It was beautiful. It was I think 11th minute. Madison and Kulusevski link up, and Madison tries to chip Anana. It was a nice little ball through by Kulusevski. Great little pass. I think it was a side-footed. No, it was kind of like a Cruyff flick back. It was like a 1-2 into Madison. Tried to chip Anana, and the keeper made a good save and with his shoulder. And yeah, it could have been two. This is how dominant we were. This is after 10 minutes, man. To the 11th minute. Um, and then well, United then had an opportunity themselves. We're down 10 men with a doggy off the pitch. He came back from, he had a little bit of a flare up, didn't he, in the last game um, against, who was that? Against, well, I don't want to say Zagreb. I want to go Zagreb in my bloody mind. Karabag. Um, and yeah, he was off the pitch for a little bit and receiving treatment. United then took advantage, finding way to Zexi in the box. I think it was a cross from the right, if I remember rightly, and it was a first time shot. He was stretching at times Xerxes, but it was easy enough for the car to save, and that was no worry at all. Um, well, after that, I mean, we had a couple of other chances, really. Johnson then striking the post with a nice little bit of movement, lovely bit of football. Um, Found his way out on the right to Johnson, who's right inside the penalty area. Took a touch and then just reach for the shot. And on all ends up, he was trapped at his near post, and the ball comes off the woodwork and then back out again. We were unlucky then, absolutely unlucky. Then moments after that, it was United had to hit the woodwork. It was a cross from Rashford coming onto the left on the 37th minute. And that was a looking kind of cross. Garnacho then volleys it, and hits the post. Everyone's going on about how it's so close, but Vicario was already there. So if it was on target from that tight angle, Vicario would easily have saved it, put it out for a corner or something. So it would have been a monumental cock up from Vicario if that ball was allowed to actually sneak in through. So no, we'll worry about that. But yeah, just go, oh, what a chance! It was nothing. It's nothing really, just the way it was. And then a couple of minutes after that, this is yeah, Werner starting this game, and yeah, a couple of minutes after the United hit the outside of the post. This is one of Werner's chances. He had a good couple of chances and opportunities. I mean, I wanted him to start because I thought that his presence and his pace would disrupt a backtracking United, and it was set through. Lovely through, but I can't remember who played it through. It would have been on the left hand side, so I guess it would have been Madison that played it through, and then yeah, Werner through on goal, it, taking it and wellying it. It almost like a pass back to the keeper, easy for Anana. And yeah, but what I am glad of is that at that point there was no reaction from the fans, because usually there is. Well, but from away fans, the reactions are not as virulent. And yeah, I mean, that was probably one of the best ones there. That yeah, he wasn't hounded after that one. But then it was all action. It was really all action. 3 minutes after that chance, a very visibly angered. I'll say he's visibly because he was kind of nipping throughout. Bruno Fernandes, yeah, he commits a very weird foul on uh on Madison. I mean, I haven't seen it back. I mean, he slips, but at the same time, when you're slipping, your foot doesn't, your loose foot doesn't just go straight up in the air like that. A lot of people saying that because he slipped, it should have just been a yellow or maybe even nothing at all. But it studs up. He had no control over it. I mean, when you're slipping, both your feet are on the ground anyway. So what was this foot going up in the air? That's what people have to answer. So as they're not answering it, if I look concerned, it was a red, deserved to go. And yeah, I mean, this is the point where I'm sure fans sometimes will be saying that United, of course they lost with the damage to men. You were being dominated for 42 minutes at that point. A goal down, it should have been three down. If we'd taken our chances, it was. I mean, also Rashford did have an opportunity, but that was called offside, and I forgot to mention that one. But even then, he didn't really for to save out of Vicario. So yeah, we dominated that first half. We were absolutely peppering them, man. And yeah, I mean, after the Fernandes when it goes off, it was then literally half time. Well, a few minutes later, really, it was fighting victory count, from what I remember, and half time, and we deserved it. We should have been a few more goals up. But yeah, that was literally a fantastic first half for us. And now so second half. And well, the second half starts it off in the same way that the first half started off, a quick goal. And this one was Kulusevski, making it 2-0, 2 minutes into well, a minute and a half into the second half, really. Johnson again involved, and he is he is showing what I knew what he had, and which is why I don't listen to other fans who do nothing but denigrate because he obviously needed a bit of time to settle in. It doesn't matter if he's just down the road or whatnot. It's still a different style of play, but I know certain people just want to have a fight, and that's what it is. And Johnson is, if he takes himself off social media, showing that he's not really interested in that fighting, and the going to do is fighting on the pitch. And it was a lovely run from Johnson down the right into the penalty area, crosses it in. The ball's deflected, but it's still going as an assist. Kulusevski comes in and then flicks it with his left foot beyond Onana, who just couldn't react in time. 2-0. 2-0, and it was good. It was good. It was what we deserved, really, because we were on top. We were definitely on top. And yeah, we continued to pave the way. Although United started to come back into it. I mean, they brought on a couple of players. They brought on Ericsson and Casemiro later into the second half, and they started retaining the ball a bit more. They started getting a few more chances going forward. Um, but not before Werner, on 56 minutes, had another chance where it was through and goal, through ball, and yet again does when you try to curl it this time, the ball. You can tell he's trying too hard. You can tell that he has low confidence, and this is what I was referring to the fact that, especially the away fans, for the most part, um, uh, kind of like were on his back because he is a guy who's low on confidence in terms of being in front of goal. In terms of everything else, where he's a nuisance, he's doing what he needed to do. But in terms of in being in front of goal, you could tell he's low on confidence, and Uh, Jessica was in our group as well. You got a lot of people out there abusing him about it. I imagine it's the same in other groups, but will come in time. We just need to have that love bestowed on him, and he'll come good. I'm sure of that. Then there was a penalty incident in the 60th minute, but it wasn't even worth talking about. I mean, there was a shot from what was it? I think it was a shot from it was on the right hand side. It was on the right for United. Let's just say Garnacho at that point. Yeah, well, it would have been Rashford was on the right, wasn't he? Yeah, so I think, yeah, anyway, it was a shot, and Romero had his arm by his side, and then he moved his arm away, or hits his arm. So it wasn't ball moved into arm, and they considered the distance was a non-event. When the game was held up 20 seconds while VAR looked at it. It was pointless, really. United had a couple of chances, but didn't really work Vicario. I don't actually remember him making a save or making an important save. And then 30 minutes before the end of the game, it was 3-0. Now, lovely little set piece. Lovely little set piece. It was Bergfall who came on, Bilbao who came on as a sub for Madison. Made a couple of substitutions, even Michael Moore came on as well. and Beraval, a lovely corner flipped on by Sarr. God, I had Casemiro. I'm not quite sure how he did that. And then that caused every another player there to become statues in that penalty area. And Dominic Solanke scoring his third goal in three. And that was that. United were on post, and we put it. We were good. Ah, and then a couple of minutes later, I had to leave because I had a plane to catch, which obviously didn't happen because it was a stupid taxi that United officials in the outside the stadium were making it very difficult. I missed a taxi and ended up missing the flight, so that was lovely. But yeah, ended up staying at my mate's in Manchester, so it was all good in the end. It was all good. Did a lovely curry. It was lovely. But yeah, Dominic Solanke there, and a lovely which was set up by Sarr to make it 3-0. And because of this, I made I missed quite a bit. I missed Sarr having a header which was closer to an open goal as you could get, but the ball was looping, couldn't quite get the power on it, so he couldn't quite get focus on it. If he got that in, it would have been four. And you have to just say that well. As a fan, a lot of the fans were leaving at the time. At the time, I left as well. So I imagine there weren't that many people in the stadium. But you know, if Salah had scored a header, if Salah, if Werner had scored us a couple, a 6-0 scoreline would not have flattered us. It would have been expected. But no, it is what it is, and we dominated us. You know, and I said in the group yesterday that we are seeing Ange Ball as it is. We in the last four games, or the last three out of the last four games, you're seeing Ange Ball in full effect, and you have to say that it's absolutely glorious. Um, so a lot of a lot of the fans that have been out there screaming their heads off when we lost to Newcastle, when we lost to Arsenal, when we drew with Leicester. Um, you know, trying to turn it into something something larger was never going to be the case. People like me and the fans there like me who wanted to see that process being fulfilled. Not to say that we're vindicated, but we're seeing the fruits come through, and that is all I wanted. That's all I wanted to see, and that's why in our group it's just going to be a case of you know uh, proper discussion instead of the ranting and ravings in other groups. But it is what it is. But it was a glorious night. I wish I'd stayed for the full 97 minutes because, you know, uh, heart and hearts, I knew I was going to miss the flight anyway. But, you know, we were good. We cooked. We were fantastic. And if I was able to just record that or get that on, or get my camera in there to watch that, you know, it would have been a proper vlog. It would have been enjoyable. But it was a bit of the can be as well. I mean, we're chilling, and yeah, loved every little bit of it. It was fantastic. But yeah, now we got our next game coming up, and well, I have to say we've got Brighton on the weekend, so that should be a glorious one. But before that, it is a lovely little trip out to Hungary, which you could join me on, where we played Ferencváros in the Europa League. I am so looking forward to that. I cannot wait. But yeah, it was good going to Old Trafford and doing the business. I remember last season when we drew 2-2, and you know the fans were singing "Tottenham get battered everywhere they go." You just can't make it up, can you? But yeah, I mean the season before that we lost 3-2, and the game we should have won, and I was singing that as well. Now, on your own pitch, in your own stadium, we scored more goals on your pitch than you have this campaign. It is what it is, Man United fans. It is what it is. But thank you all for watching. Cannot get this smile off my face, man. Come on, you Spurs, and y'all take care.